Now the election back and I'll die away. In short, this is what I have to say. Let us forget fights and grudges and concentrate. Come, let us sit and try to relate. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come, let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come, my brother, come, my sister, and let us build a nation together. Oh, yeah, yeah. Remember, the key to success is working hard. For our country, we must have regard.
Come, my brother, come, my sister, and let us build Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique together. This is our homeland. We want Grenada to be way better than we met it. We inherited a space on this place called Earth, and we must preserve it. We must take care of it. We must develop it. I want to encourage those on Facebook, as usual, please share the live. Those on YouTube, do the same thing. Sharing is caring. I want to start off tonight by saying to you, our government is at work. Our government is not concerned about, this back and forth, this confrontational thing. No, our government is focused on bringing opportunities to our people. And I'm happy to say to you, when they accuse our beloved Prime Minister, the most Honorable Deacon Mitchell, of traveling and of going overseas and so on, and not bringing back anything, sometimes I laugh because I know that this individual believes in this country and wants good for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. So Grenada was able to sign a loan agreement with the Saudi Arabia fund, right? It's a fund set up by Saudi Arabia to help, countries around the world. And not every country is that lucky to get that kind of loan agreement with Saudi Arabia. All right? So again, it's a good move, if you ask me. The Saudi Fund for Development, the government of Grenada, under the leadership of the most Honorable Deacon Mitchell, was able to sign a loan agreement, and it's a concessionary loan. It is a loan with how much years grace period? In other words, it's a loan that any government would want, right? So that loan is for developmental projects dealing with climate change and, trying to put certain structures in place, as they say, climate smart infrastructure projects. So that is what this money will be going towards. And $100 million is a lot of money. That's about 270 million EC. That's a lot of money. And I think it's a good move by the government of Grenada. And it speaks to the confidence that international governments have in the most Honorable Deacon Mitchell and his team. It also says that they believe in the way the NDC is managing the economy. They're managing it well. They're getting results. So this particular move, this loan, it is, you know, to work on constructing breakwater projects, developing hydro and sewage networks, modernizing the waste treatment system, and using remote sensors to monitor air pollution. Just we could go on and on and on and on. Modernizing the city, modernizing Grenada. So that money is going towards that climate smart infrastructure projects. So, folks, it augurs well for us. We needed that, right? We needed that. I tell you this because quite a bit is happening, but we need some major, major projects, and that would see the start of some major, major projects in Grenada. So, again, it is good news for Grenada. Our government has been able to negotiate. And you know what's nice about this? This particular loan was agreed on, right? And because the interest rate was a certain amount, our prime minister was able to renegotiate again. And that is the skill set that we have. Some people underestimate that. We have a really good negotiator as our prime minister. So he was able to renegotiate a better interest rate, a better deal to get us to that part where we can all feel very, very proud of our prime minister and the team. So it's a soft loan with really good grace period and so on. And you have to know that our prime minister is very tactical. He actually wrote the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia requesting a lowering of the interest rate, and it was agreed on. So our prime minister was able to explain why, right? Grenada needs a lower interest rate. So if it was 1%, we want it to be 0.5% or 0.07%, whatever lower than 1%. So if it was 2%, we want it to be lower than 2, bring it to 1, with 40 years grace period, with 10 years grace period, 20 years grace period, that kind of thing. All right. So again, it's a good move. We have to applaud our prime minister and applaud the team because he was able to write to the Crown Prince and say, hey, we have a good relationship and we want to see the interest rate on the $100 million lower, right? That is who we have as prime minister. They don't want to acknowledge that, but tomorrow they might acknowledge it. I think tomorrow is parliament, that's all. Yeah, and I think something big might go down there tomorrow too, at the parliament. I think so. I think something big might be going down there tomorrow at the parliament. All right, folks, another good news. Our prime minister announced, our beloved prime minister announced, that this particular plot of land, 5 acres, close to Camahan Park, and people who know that particular area, it used to be owned or leased to the Nayaks, right? I think it's Pharaoh Nayak, and he was a lawyer, and the Nayaks, that piece of land there. They had a hotel there. And then the NNP administration took that away from that family and gave it to another developer. And nothing has happened there to date. So what our beloved prime minister announced was that the government is moving full speed ahead to get that piece of property, to reacquire, to get that piece of property in the name of the people of Grenada, government and people of Grenada, so that Camahan Park could be expanded. And the park will then be known as the National, I think it's National Heroes Park, right? National Heroes Park. But it will be 5 acres more of land of land to set up that green space on Grandans Beach. And I expected that to be in the news. I expected that to be in the news tonight, but you know how those news outfits operate. They don't want you to get the good news. This is great news. I remember mobilizing, organizing, joining forces to save Camahon Park. And there were a lot of groups and individuals and so on out there fighting to save Camahon Park because the NNP administration wanted to sell it to developers, right? Or to that particular developer. And we were extremely concerned that when they take the NIAX property, they would take Camahon Park with it. All right? But here you have a government who's expanding our green space on Grandlands Beach. In fact, let me see if I get a little piece of info there where our beloved Prime Minister was speaking at the gala. Just that little piece at the gala on that. Let me just feature that.
I would use the term get back in inverted commas because the negotiations are amicable. And I think the lessee recognizes what we want to achieve. So there's a site called the Rivera site, which is located immediately next to the Camahon Park. It's 5 acres of land. So if you're on Wall Street, you can see currently it's in vegetation. That land was leased by the former administration to a business person, a developer. And we've asked that person to surrender the lease to the government because we want to be in a position to combine the Camahon Park and the Rivera site and to create a national park that essentially will become known as National Heroes Park, which allows Grenadians to have open, wider green space on Grandlands Beach. And that ensures that future generations of Grenadians have open, uninhibited access to a major green space on Grandlands Beach forever and ever. I would use the term get back in inverted commas because the negotiations are amicable. And I think the lessee recognizes what we want to achieve. So there's a site called the Rivera site, which is located immediately next to the Camahon Park. It's 5 acres of land. So if you're on Wall Street, you can see currently it's in vegetation. That land was leased by the former administration to a business person, a developer. And we've asked that person to surrender the lease to the government because we want to be in a position to combine the Camahon Park and the Rivera site and to create a national park that essentially will become known as National Heroes Park, which allows Grenadians to have open, wider green space on Grandlands Beach. And that ensures that future generations of Grenadians have open, uninhibited access to a major green space on Grandlands Beach forever and ever and ever.
All right, so I would, say to you that this should have been in the news tonight. This is big because a lot of Grenadians were looking forward to that long, fighting for that to happen. So we will have more space, more green space in that particular area. I really love how the NDC is operating, how they're governing, how they're doing stuff. They are not bothered by what the NNP is saying and all the attacks coming from the NNP. We will deal with that. We will focus on that to rebut, to debunk, to educate and empower people on certain things. We will do that out here. But the government is focused on bringing opportunities, on bringing prosperity to our people. $100 million in loans, soft concessionary loan, coming from Saudi Arabia to the government and people of Grenada. And you remember our Prime Minister said to us, he will not go and negotiate for any loan that he believes will put the next generation in serious problems. He will not do that. And that is what I love about him. He's focused and his team is focused. You look at this particular move to expand the Camahon Park, we get more green space, or we are getting more green space on Grandlands Beach for we, the people. It will be known as National Heroes Park, But that is the idea, thinking outside of the box, being a visionary, and getting the job done. I really, really love that. I want to say also, when PS Naomi Jeremiah came out and spoke frankly on the issue of the mental health workers and explained to the general public what was at stake, what the real issue was, and push back against some of the misinformation, some of the sensationalism that was coming from the union man. And I said to you, with that, he will be put to shame. Do you know that he was on the news tonight again? They call a press conference. You know? They call a press conference. Shame. The guy had to bend down his head in shame. His tone changed, his facial expression, everything was different. Because P.S. Naomi Jeremiah did not remain there and see nothing. She came out and she explained to the general public, this is what is at stake, this is where we are at, this is what we did for the workers, this is where we are at, and we are on the same page. Because I know that our Minister of Health, the Honorable Jonathan Lacrette, he loves people, he loves the workers. The NDC administration is a worker-friendly government. That is why I say it's not what you do, you know, but it's how you do what you do and when you do what you do. This could have been avoided. I saw this guy there tonight on the news and I felt sorry for him because it comes across as though he's looking for relevance, he's looking for TB, he's looking for bacchanal, he's looking for that kind of confrontation, and he's not getting it. It's like you having a dog and or a lion or a tiger, and you have to feed it red meat, and without that, you got problems. It's like you're looking for red meat to be fed, looking to eat red meat, and you're not getting it. You're starving it. That is how it comes across. You like the bacchanal, you like the TB, you like the front, you like the, but the divisive kind of environment, the chaotic kind of environment. It's not happening. The NDC is not interested in chaos. The NDC is not interested in bacchanal. The NDC is not interested in all this confrontation and so on. The NDC is about bringing opportunities to our people, bringing prosperity to our people, bringing betterment to our people. That is what the NDC is all about. Our beloved Prime Minister, the most honorable Deacon Mitchell, is focused on that, bringing opportunities to our people. You see, the NNP is focused on making confusion. Right now, within the NNP party, there's real confusion. I understand there was a meeting only recently, and the old cock is angry that Peter is out there mobilizing his troops to get rid of the old cock come the next convention. He's angry, he's blue that is happening. So there is fighting within that organization, real fighting there, and it's not going to stop. So they are accustomed with chaos. They are accustomed with confusion. The NDC is not interested in that period. The NDC is focused. This is a different team of men and women. You don't realize what's going on. This is not the old NDC. This is a new group of men and women who are focused, who are working with a plan to bring this country to that place where we all can feel extremely proud of it. We have been stuck for 20-something years. We are moving forward now. And the NNP could continue with all their TB. They're not going to get anywhere with it. In fact, you realize all the talk about the housing, this, housing, that kind of dying down because people getting to know the truth. People now appreciating the truth more and more. So, and anytime they come out with a lie and all the rumors and propaganda, and they realize, well, the people catch up with them, then they jump to something else. They jump to something else. That's how they functioning. That's how the NNP is functioning, people. And I am saying, I am proud of this young team of men and women who understands fully well that this country has to move forward, has to be transformed. We cannot be stuck in the past. I look at some of the drawings as to what the NDC envisioned. The stretch, for example, the Morris Bishop Highway, what it's going to look like in the future. You look at certain other drawings, the city, Grenville, other places, what they intend to do there. There are great plans ahead for the Grenadian man and woman and child and everybody. And everybody. So I want to commend them. I want to applaud them. I want to encourage them to do what they're doing. $100 million, folks. $100 million is coming to Grenada from Saudi Arabia. And look, I remember a certain individual, well, the old cock, coming on national TV and saying, well, his government was negotiating for that $100 million loan. Not loan, sorry, grant. And when I did my research, the Saudi Fund for Development, they don't give grant. They're going to give you a loan, right? That particular fund is not a fund that gives grant. So the old cock was lying. He was never able to negotiate to get that money. Never. So our beloved Prime Minister was able to get that. When you talking about loans, international loans, it's in dollars. It's in US currency. So it's not in EC. It will be in dollars. All right? Because that's an international loan. That's not a local thing here in the country. So it's in dollars. So it's $100 million. Right? That's good. Really good. But folks, tonight I want to open up the line to give you a chance to free up. A long time I haven't had, a long time I haven't given you that opportunity to talk. Tonight, you are free to do so if you want to. You can speak about this. You can speak about anything on the program tonight. So many things are happening around us. The number again, 415-4817, 415-4817. I would love to hear from you, your thoughts, your feeling with all this good news that you're hearing. Every day is just good news because the NDC's focus, they're not about confronting this and making this TB and making this melee and all this stupidness. In fact, a union man told me, he said, Kem Jones, this guy just wants to be relevant. He wants to be in the limelight. It's as though he has a stake on GBN. Every time you look on GBN, he's there. And he's with his accomplice. You know what I'm talking about? Hazard. Always, always, this kind of showbiz man. The workers are not getting the benefit that they should get from this individual being there. You know, I love when Naomi Jeremiah said, but only recently you sat and negotiated for fringe benefits for the workers. And you never considered these workers, the mental health workers, to negotiate for them to be designated traveling officers. You never negotiated for them to get a cell phone with the credits and all this different thing, credit and so on. You never did that. But because you failed there, you want to look good, so you decide, well, let me, go there and make some TV, go there and make some melee. Grenadians are not interested in that. Grenadians want to see opportunities come for our people. Let's take the first call. Good evening, caller. Good evening. Hello? All right. I don't know what happened there, but that person was trying to call. We haven't used that Bluetooth in a while. I don't know. Let's see how it goes. All right. Let me just cut off that phone. So again, it's a open opportunity. Let me just cut off this phone to see how. Sometimes it's just a little minor problem there. So again, things are happening for people. We need to have patience, and something that I want to encourage you to have is patience, because there are some people out there who give you the impression that the NDC could fix everything now, like instantly, or they have to do everything in the first 2 years. There are some people out there who actually giving you that idea that they're going to just fix the thing. But I know why you feel that way, and I know why you believe that would be the case, because the NDC has been doing a lot in recent times and surpassing expectations. They have been surpassing expectations. Let me see if this would work here now. All right. Let me see if you can work. Because Hello?
Hey, Kim, good evening.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm good, man. Am I live?
Yes, man, you're live.
Yeah, good evening to you again, and good evening to the listeners. Kim, I'm feeling very happy tonight. Yesterday, it was yesterday they had the gala in Miami on
Saturday.
Saturday. Yeah, when I heard the Prime Minister, the Most Honorable Deacon Mitchell, made mention of getting back those lands, that piece of land from that developer, Kim, I was very, very happy, because I remember when talk was out that the previous administration, well, I would say allegation, were even trying to sell Kamahunch Park. Kim, I actually sold that petition and actually signed that petition, and I was a part of that demonstration on Kamahunch Park for the government to the then administration, the NNP, not to sell that piece of land, the Kamahunch Park. And then eventually it was rumored that the Rivera, I think it was, that was leased to the NIACs, that was actually gone. And Kim, to tell you the honest truth, I was so heartbroken. Every time I go to the beach, I would look at that piece of land just at the side of Kamahunch Park, and I would look at it and say, my God, I can't believe that Keith Mitchell would do this to Grenadians. I can't believe. But again, I want to thank this present administration for getting back that piece of land. To the Most Honorable Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell, sir, I applaud you and your administration. That was a job well done, and we're looking forward to enjoying whatever piece of development that they would put there. We, the Grenadian people, we are looking forward to enjoy that piece of development. Thank you, brother. Have a good night.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, dear caller. Again, the number is 415-4817. 415-4817. You can call me WhatsApp. You can call me street. I mean, it's up to you. If you want to chime in, if you want to have your say, 415-4817. 415-4817. Yeah, so for those who are joining us a bit late, our Prime Minister, our beloved Prime Minister, announced at that gala in Florida that they're well on their way to getting back that 5 acres of land close to Kamahunch Park, and they would expand the park. So it will be called National Heroes Park, but it would have more green space in that particular area. All right. So they're negotiating, and it's coming on amicably. That is the way to go. And we look forward to that happening in short order.
I would use the term get back in inverted commas, because the negotiations are amicable. And I think the lessee recognizes what we want to achieve. So there's a site called the Rivera site, which is located immediately next to the Kamahunch Park. It's 5 acres of land. So if you're on Wall Street, you can see currently it's in It's in vegetation. That land was leased by the former administration to a business person, a developer. And we've asked that person to surrender the lease to the government because we want to be in a position to combine the Cameron Park and the Rivera site and to create a national park
Beautiful.
that essentially will become known as National Heroes Park.
Nice. Good evening, caller.
Yes, good night, Mr. Kerr.
Yeah, you want to lower your radio? The volume on your
No, I'm
radio.
not close to the radio. I'm in my veranda.
All right, go ahead.
You see the court behind Simon, that right behind where the Chucky.
Hello?
I really need somebody to come and give us some current here because in the back is very dark and we cannot see when we're coming in.
That's where? That's in Simon?
Yes, Simon St. Andrew.
Oh, all right.
All right, thanks.
All right. Oh, that caller is referring to Simon St. Andrew. She said close to the court area. They cannot see properly during the nighttime. So they need some lights down there. Maybe Grenlec or so, can do that in that particular area. Again, the number 415-817. Someone was calling while this particular call was on. You can give me a buzz again. The number 415-4817. That's the number to call to get on the inside. It's an open line, an open opportunity for you to speak. And you should be very, very proud of this government and what they have been able to achieve in such a short space of time. Someone said to me, it's like they're spoiling us because people are beginning to think that they could fix everything now. And I want you to change that kind of belief. It takes time to get stuff done. It takes time. Let's take that call here. Good evening, caller.
Hello, Cam.
Good evening. How you doing?
Good evening. Okay. I believe that, not I believe, but we all can see that the NDC is doing an excellent job. Everybody could see it. Even any blind eye could see the NDC is doing an excellent job. Kim, are you hearing me?
Yes, we're hearing you.
Yes. What I think that this Brian Grime is just trying to be relevant. He's just acting like Dummy James and playing. He does not know that, the NDC government, they already addressed the cooling system. He don't know that. Or else maybe he just are not aware of what is happening in Grenada. Maybe his eyes is blind, because he always repeating himself. Things that I've already done, after he see things happening, then he come in and talk about it to make people believe that he is the one that is behind it. That's what I see Brian Grimes is doing, of things that are already happening. He come in and talk about it. I think he need to get himself together. This guy, he really need to get himself together, And I think before he talk, Brian Graham just want to be seen and heard. That's the kind of guy he is. Or maybe I think maybe he have some cooling system in some part of his body, and he feel that maybe he could do the job faster than the contractor. I don't know if that's what he think, but I think he need to wake up. He need to wake up.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right.
All right. Great. Thank you very much, dear. Thank you very much indeed. Again, the number 415-4817, 415-4817. Let's take that call. Good evening, caller. Hello. Hello. All right. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hi, Cam.
Yeah, hi. How you doing?
I'm doing okay, man.
All right.
Yeah, it's a while now. You give the opportunity to say something. I'm just going to divert a little something that you've always said. It's something that you always said. that Keith Mitchell don't like poor people. And I sometimes used to say, oh boy, maybe he's not so. But you know what clarified it for me? When I saw him on TV talking about the 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 um the low income housing,
Right.
and when he was saying that it's for the poor people and it shouldn't be, then it shouldn't be that. That's when I said this man is very wicked, because now the poor people, as he calls them, the vulnerable people, get an opportunity to have asset, something that creates equity. And as I said before on another show, that in Canada, they have government housings, and you could live in those housing for 200 years and don't own it. Now the people of Grenada get an opportunity to pay a small fee and imagine 55% discount. So that means they're walking in with equity where they can raise money to send the kids to school, to do other things. And this man, when he said what he said on that particular show, I just looked at him and said, oh, Kem is so right. He really doesn't love the so-called poor and vulnerable people that he speaks about, and wants to keep them in that position. And I think it's sickening. One other thing I want to say, he always speaks like, well, I'm giving them an advice. I'm just trying to help them with an advice. I just wonder who makes him the educator for the NDC. And as much as you want to give advice with the Scotland Yard and FBI, I wonder why don't you give them an advice to get them to investigate the oil and gas? Since he wants Scotland Yard and the FBI to come into it, get them to investigate the oil and gas. That's what you should be telling them. And that's all I have to say.
All right. Thank you.
But see you in December.
All right. Plenty love. Great. Thank you very much. Good evening. Hello. Hello. You're very, very far away. Yeah, you want me to call you on the cell phone? Let me call on the cell phone. All right. All right. Hello. Hello.
Hello, hi, Kem. It's Judy Jude
Uh,
calling from Canada.
Hello. It's strange that the volume just dropped. All right. I don't know there. Let me just see again. Sometimes it's on my end. Let me see something. Let me see something. 1 minute. All right. Sometimes it's just my fault on this end. Saying it's busy. All right. Sometimes it's just my fault on this end. I don't know. The Bluetooth is acting up. Hello?
Hello?
All right. The Bluetooth is acting up here. I don't know what's going on. Some callers are getting me really good. Some again. All right. So that Bluetooth is giving some problems there. You know, them kind of technology. But as my good partner Kim the King said, we gotta get the landline back up and running. Same way. All right. I agree with that. So let's continue, right? Let's continue. The number 415-4817, 415-4817. So for those who did not join us early in the show, we are getting $100 million from Saudi Arabia, right? It's soft loan, concessionary loan, and that's a good thing for Grenada. And that piece of land, that 5 acres of land close to Cameron Park, that will go back to the government and people of Grenada. So we will have more room, more space to recreate, more green space on that beach. All right, on Grandlands Beach. Let me see if I can. All right. Let me see if it's working now. All right. I see Glenda, my good girl Glenda, trying to reach me. Good evening. Hello.
Hi, good evening.
Yes, we're hearing you now.
Yes, like my phone giving problem.
No,
man.
I think it's my phone.
Okay.
The Bluetooth system here. But go ahead.
All right. Well, I just want to say I really want to applaud that government Because when I listen for the past year, the amount of mess that government, the NDC government had to clean up what NNP make in line to tell you that's a real task on this government. You get money, you have it there, they have to go back and negotiate. That's a lot, you know.
Yep.
Just imagine this government didn't have to deal with this kind of problem. You know what? You know how we could have been staying for for the year. More things could have been on the table. That's what this government accomplished for the past year. But so much things to clean up. And the next thing I want to talk about tonight concerning something I listened in the news about the policemen and them that beat up this guy, and so much money to the suing. I wish that these policemen and them have to contribute some of their own money to help this to pay this compensation. I think these old people like me when I pay my little tax to come and take out all this money to pay for these wrong things, which they could have avoid that. So I hope they're looking at it and let them pay. Even though the government had to pay, we had to pay a little more in with tax, but they must contribute in their salary too and pay the damage. Good
Oh,
night,
all
my
right.
brother.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, dear caller. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much. So while the caller was on, another person called. Again, the number 415-4817, 415-4817. That's the number to call to get on the inside. All right. Something it seems as though it's the WhatsApp. Let me see this person. Somebody was calling you. All right. Again, the number 415-4817, 415-4817. That's the number to call to get on the inside. Good evening, caller. Hello. Hello.
Good night.
Hello.
Good night, you hearing me?
Right. It seems as though I'm having a problem with my. Let me just play a little bit of music. I'm having another problem with
Forget all your differences, let we start to build. And onward to progress we surely will. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together. So much of things that we need to see about. Surely I do have to spell them out. Cause you know as well as I do, the only way is putting more effort and less play. Because now, more than ever, we must show.
Right. So the St. David NDC branch, they're having a fundraiser on the 24th of October. Entrance for that fundraiser, it's Heroes Night Party, $20. The Canal St. David, that is where it will be. The Canal in St. David. So that's on the 24th of October. All right, that's the day before the holiday at the Canal. It starts at 9 p.m. and they go on until food, drinks, and everything like that are available. Good.
Oscar,
Hello?
can you, I want to talk to you. Can I talk to you off air, please?
No, you cannot. No,
Okay, I can talk
no,
to you
because
after the
I'm
program.
live. The program is live.
No, I can talk to you after the program.
No, well, we can speak after the program, of course.
Yes, something I want to speak to you about was very important.
Yeah, no problem. Could do it after.
Yeah, all right.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, you could speak to me after, but not I can't go off air now because I have a camera in front of me in the studio. The program is carried live on Facebook and on YouTube and also on the radio. So the radio, the folks would not be able to see me. All right, nice. So again, the number 415-4817. So don't forget that party there. Then the folks in Karakou, the NDC Village Group in Mount Pleasant and Grand Bay, they're having the annual dance the night away at the Kalaloo. All right, at the Kalaloo, cocktail sip and dance, 7 p.m. Saturday the 4th of November. So that's the 4th of November, starting at 7 p.m. at the Kalaloo. Tickets, $80. So Patsy Emmons and the team, you can check them out for tickets. All right, let's take that call. Good evening, caller.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, you're live. Go ahead.
Right, very well. I want to thank you for being very much on point and putting on a good show every night. I'm calling from Toronto, and I do listen to you.
All right, thanks.
Almost every day.
Thanks.
Or more in the evening. I want to thank the permanent secretary, I think it's Ms. Jeremiah.
Yes.
For really setting the record straight. It is very important for the people to understand and put everything into context. And clearly, Mr. Grimes would have been shaken by what she had to say. She was very, very clear, and she produced documents to show what he had in his hand, what he knew, and yet he allowed the workers to be on the picket line. And I don't understand him at times. I find he's quite provocative and combative. I think he should really sit back and listen, but he has been combative for quite some time. If you go back to the May Day celebrations, and you should play that speech sometimes, or a part of it, for the people to hear again. And you can see he has some sort of antagonism towards the current government, despite the fact that he has gotten so much. He has been very reluctant to sign the agreements like the other unions did. And I do understand that he has to look out for his workers, but his workers too have to ensure that they have a proper leader, a leader who is taking care of them, but at the same time is not really looking for fights when there ought not to be any fights. So I would like the Public Workers Union members to, I'm not going to say vote him out or anything like that, but look at their leader and see how he's doing with such an amicable government. I mean, he clearly did not get all of this in prior years, so I can't see why he can't have some restraint, despite the fact that he has gotten so much for all of the workers already. So I just hope that people can see and listen to what Ms. Jeremiah said. She has been quite translucent in all of this. And I think that shook Mr. Grimes and his, the lady who is always on the side, I don't want to call names. But clearly, he's too combative. He has to be a bit more, have more restraint in dealing with the government. This is a government unlike what we have never seen that for, I cannot remember in our Grenadian history. They are excellent at what they are doing, and they are very focused. And I just hope that they continue in this vein. Okay, I thank you for bringing this every night to people elsewhere on all your different platforms. We are seeing something that we have not seen for quite some time. They are going to make mistakes, of course, and we expect that, but clearly no kind of mistakes like what we have seen in the last, I don't know how many years. Okay, so I want to thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity to say something. And I hope that the Grenadian people, and more importantly, though, I hope that people who are not really on your side, the other people, we need to get them to listen to what you are saying. And you will turn some of their minds over time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, and have a good night.
Thank you very much, Jay Caller. Thank you very much. Indeed, again, the number 415-817, 415-817, well said there. Again, the number 415-4817. That's the number to call to get on the inside. And it's an open opportunity. We still have about 8 minutes left in the program. I know one or two people called there and they were not successful because you know that WhatsApp Bluetooth mix is causing some problems. But you can try calling again. I think you can try calling again. Still have some time left. But so far, so good. The government is performing well, and people are seeing that. They're seeing that the government means well. They're not perfect, but they're trying. And I think people appreciate that they're trying. Good evening, caller.
Ken, good evening again. Sorry to call back. I'll make it brief. Ken, you know what I noticed? When Keith had that press conference, that mess conference, a few weeks ago, no sooner or later, Brian Grimes came out and did that mess he did. If you follow that pattern, listen to Keith in that mess conference where he said, to find that the unions are very quiet. So that prompted Brian Grimes to come out and do that foolishness that he did last week, sorry. And I have a message for Keith. Ken, is it tomorrow that's Parliament?
Yes.
Okay. This is for Keith Mitchell. Keith, listen. If you know that your pamper's going to be squeezing you tomorrow, please slack your pampers tomorrow before you go in Parliament and behave like an idiot. Because it seems as though sometimes his pampers is usually squeezing him and it would make him kind of uncomfortable. That is the reason why he tends to behave an idiot. So uniform yourself properly before you enter Parliament. Slack your pampers so you would feel comfortable and you would behave like a senior citizen. Thank you, Ken.
All right. Thank you very much. There again, the number 415-4817, 415-4817. That's the number to call to get on the inside. 415-4817. That's the number to call to get on the inside. We still have about 4 minutes left in the program for tonight. Still about 4 minutes left in the program for tonight. All right. So please support all the events. The next gala is on November the 4th in the United Kingdom. Our beloved Prime Minister will be there to support the team. And real gala is just gala, fete, gala, fete. Deal with it. Some people can't stand that because in their time, they couldn't host, they couldn't organize galas and events and so on. They couldn't do that. So they're jealous, they're envious. Gala, fete, gala, fete, gala, fete. Deal with it. So the United Kingdom is next on the 4th of November. 4th of November. Very soon. Very, very soon. All right. Again, the number is 415-4817, 415-4817. We still have about 3 minutes left in the program for tonight. So if you want to call, you can. There are some people who called and didn't get through. You could call back. So I think we have rectified the Bluetooth issue here. All right. Nice. So remember, my event is on the 9th of February 2024. The 9th of February 2024. Don't forget that as the Friday after Independence. Also remember, it's at the Crown Ballroom, Radisson Hotel, and It could be a nice vibes. All right. Remember also National Heroes Day, October the 19th. 3 days from today, and then the 25th, normal Thanksgiving holiday. So the 2 days, remember, we have 2 holidays coming up, the 19th and the 25th. Normally, we would have just the 25th. We have 2 days this time around. All right, so we have 2 minutes left in the program. Let's take that call here. Hello?
Yes, I just want to, I'm in full agreement with the last caller, because from the time I know Keith, he always behave like an idiot, and he's only idiot that is following him. From the time I know him, buying stone with Grenada tax money, selling land, giving con men to give them, and he holding the bag, I know he always behaves like idiot, and only idiot that following him. Thank you.
All right. So again, caller, I am not able to confirm some of the things that you said there regarding taxpayers' money, buying stone, and giving to conmen and so on. I'm not able to confirm that. So what I will do is to investigate, look into it, and then I will be able to see whether it's true or false. But for now, I want to treat that as unconfirmed. And you know, we normally do that to protect the program. All right? That's also very important. But thank you very much, there, caller, for your opinion. Thank you for sharing with us. But I do not have the information to substantiate the claims made. So as a result, let me seek to confirm or deny, right? To find out whether it's true or whether it's false. All right? Thank you very much there. Folks, we're out of time. I want to thank you very much for being a part of the program. I want to wish you all the best. From time to time, I open up the line, give you a chance to free up. And don't be afraid. I could tell you the people who tend not to call programs, they tend to have a lot to contribute in terms of the discourse, the conversation. So don't be afraid. Anytime the line open, pick up the phone, call, let's chit chat. All right? Take good care and have a wonderful night. I'll be back with you tomorrow, God's willing, starting